Every tanker inside was ordered onto Iranian-approved routes, or face what Tehran called an immediate and forceful response. First day of the blockade, one crude carrier, unarmed, plots a course straight through the forbidden water. Transponder on, broadcasting her name to the entire planet. Iran moves in to make an example of her, and they could not have picked a worse target on the surface of the earth. To understand this morning, you need to understand Iran's weak. The ceasefire is a few weeks old. The war that came before it did not go the way Tehran's speeches said it would. Officially, Iran won. The same way the guy who got carried out of the bar won the bar fight. And a regime that has just been hit hard has exactly one job: look like it hasn't been. So Iran did what wounded regimes always do. It found a map, drew lines on somebody else's ocean, and called it law. Lines across the most valuable shipping lane on the planet. Follow our corridors, ask our permission, or be treated as hostile. The Persian Gulf now has a homeowners association. This one has rocket launchers. On paper, it is a claim of control. In reality, it is a dare, because rules like this only exist if someone obeys them. And this morning, the whole world is watching the shipping lanes to find out who blinks. Tanker captains are careful people. You do not get to drive 2 million barrels of flammable cargo by taking dares. One by one, the morning's traffic quietly shifts into Iran's corridors. It is working. State television is already celebrating. It is 9 in the morning, and they have already cut the highlight reel. Then, at 9:40 local time, a radar operator at an IRGC coastal station sees her. One ship, a crude oil carrier, riding low and heavy. And she is not in the corridor. She is cutting straight across the forbidden zone, on the old route, the one ships used back when the strait belonged to everyone. The operator checks her transponder. Then, he checks it again. She is not hiding. No escort on the scope. No warship within 30 miles. Just one enormous, slow target sailing through Iran's brand new rule like the rule does not exist. The report goes up the chain. At a fast boat base on the Iranian coast, a senior IRGC naval commander gets the news he has been praying for. This is the example he needs. Not a warship. Attacking a warship restarts the war. A tanker is perfect. It is the military version of picking a fight with a guy in a full body cast. Surround her. Force her to turn. Maybe put a boarding team on her deck. Plant a flag. Film it from a drone. He is not planning an operation. He is planning a music video. And the lesson writes itself. The strait obeys Iran now. 5 fast attack boats, machine guns, and rocket launchers, forming a noose around a ship too slow to run and too soft to fight. The order goes out. Engines scream. 5 white wakes leap away from the coast. The commander rides the lead boat, wind hammering his jacket, cameras rolling behind him. He is thinking about medals. He should be thinking about the ship, because here is what the commander does not know. You already do. That course was not plotted by a captain. It was plotted 3 days ago in a planning cell in Bahrain and approved at a level of the US government that does not usually concern itself with individual merchant ships. The tanker is exactly what she appears to be: a real cargo, a real crew, a real delivery. But her route is a message, and she is not delivering it alone. The airspace above her looks empty because the things in it are designed to make it look that way. And 40 miles south, over the horizon where no coastal radar can reach, a US Navy destroyer has been holding station since before dawn. Her combat system warm, her radars dark, listening. The IRGC commander believes he is closing a trap around a defenseless ship. He is driving 5 small boats into the middle of a prepared position. The fast boats reach the tanker in 19 minutes. They do what they always do: carve across her bow, thrash the water alongside her hull, radio her bridge with orders to alter course into the Iranian corridor. The tanker does nothing. She just keeps sailing, like a whale ignoring seagulls. The commander orders warning shots. A machine gun burst cracks across the water, well clear of the bow. And that burst is a switch. The moment it is fired, this stops being harassment and becomes an attack on unarmed commercial shipping. And a very specific set of American rules of engagement wakes up. The bridge radio of every Iranian boat fills with a calm American voice. It is not coming from the tanker. It is coming from an EA-18G Growler, an electronic warfare aircraft that has spent the past hour reading their radios, their radar, and their data links like a diary somebody left open. The voice is not angry. It is the voice of a man working through a checklist he finds slightly boring. It names each boat, their positions, their base, then it mentions, helpfully, that Boat 3's port engine is running hot. It is. The boat's mechanic knows. Tehran does not. The US Navy does. Then the voice names the commander, rank, full name, and it congratulates him on his promotion. The promotion is 3 weeks old. It has not been announced yet. Then it politely instructs all 5 boats to break away. For a moment, the Iranian net goes silent. 2 F-35s switch their transponders on for exactly 4 seconds, long enough for the IRGC's own radar screens to paint 2 contacts directly overhead at 8,000 meters. Then the contacts vanish again. The message needs no translation. We are here, we were always here, and you cannot see us unless we choose it. On the coast, an anti-ship missile battery, the commander's insurance policy, tracking the whole encounter, flips its fire control radar to active, ready to lock the destroyer that just appeared on the data link. It is the worst decision of the morning. A fire control radar is a lighthouse. The instant it radiates, the destroyer systems see it, mark it, and hand its position to a flight of Super Hornets holding south of the strait. The destroyer finally speaks. She has been running north at 30 knots since the moment the attack order left the commander's mouth. The Americans heard that order before some of his own boats did. Now she comes over the horizon, bow wave white, every radar burning, and locks the lead fast boat at a range the IRGC cannot answer. On the commander's console, the warning lights up and holds one steady tone. And this is the moment. Every man on those 5 boats knows what that tone is. The commander stands in the lead boat with the wind still hammering his jacket and does the math his government never does. He came to surround one unarmed ship. He is now locked by a destroyer he never detected, recorded by a jamming aircraft he never heard, circled by fighters he never saw, and his missile battery on shore, his one real card, has been marked for destruction since the second it switched on. Nobody has fired at him. They have not even bothered to fire. His own camera drone is still filming, the one meant for tonight's victory broadcast. The feed shows 5 small boats bobbing beside a tanker that never turned, and a gray warship growing on the horizon. He looks at the tone. He looks at the tanker. He gives the only order left. Break away. The 5 wakes turn for home. The radio crackles one last time. The same calm voice. It wishes them a safe trip home. In Farsi, no accent. On the coast, the missile battery's radar switches off, with the speed of a teenager closing a browser tab when mom walks in. The Super Hornets hold their fire, because the whole point was never to shoot. The point was to be seen not needing to. And the tanker, the slow, unarmed, defenseless tanker, sails on through the forbidden zone at a steady 12 knots. Her transponder still broadcasting her position to the entire planet. That transponder matters more than any missile this morning because shipping companies and every navy on Earth watched that data. They all watched an armed intercept force close on one tanker and turn for home while she never gave up a single degree. You cannot spin that. There is no speech strong enough to argue with a tracking map. One by one, tankers drift back out of Iran's corridors onto the routes their captains actually prefer. The rule that was law at breakfast is a suggestion by dinner. If you want to see what happened the last time Iran actually pulled the trigger on the US Navy, the day half the Iranian fleet stopped existing, watch the video on your screen right now. One story like this, every single week. Think I got the sequence wrong? Tell me where it breaks. Comments are open. Subscribe.